This episode is brought to you by Glorify, the #1 Christian daily devotional app. Everything around us changes. God doesn't. That's why I love Glorify's 21-day challenge. It helps me build a simple habit of meeting with God every day. No pressure, just consistency. With Glorify, you can start your morning by reading the Bible passage of the day, diving into Glorify's daily devotional, and wrapping up with an immersive experience called Daily Walk with God. And if you need to take a few minutes to yourself in the middle of a busy day, try one of Glorify's guided meditations, or listen to their curated worship playlists for some quiet reflection. To end the day, enjoy Glorify's sleep meditations to help you wind down and put your mind and heart at ease. Whether you're a committed Christian or simply curious about faith, Glorify has something for you. Join over 20 million people who have downloaded the Glorify app and deepened their relationship with God. Listeners to the show can get full access to Glorify for just $29.99 for the entire year. That's Glorify's lowest price ever when you download the Glorify app now at glorify-app.com/redcircle. Feel closer to God this year with Glorify. Get full access all year for just $29.99 at glorify-app.com/redcircle. That's glorify-app.com/redcircle.
This episode sponsored by Lettuce Financial. Nobody tells you this when you become self-employed. The second you stop being a W-2 employee, taxes suddenly get way more complicated. And a lot of freelancers, creators, and consultants end up overpaying without even realizing it. That's why I started using Lettuce Financial. Lettuce is built specifically for businesses of one. It helps simplify the entire solo back office, taxes, bookkeeping, payroll, healthcare, and retirement planning, all in one streamlined platform. So instead of stitching together a bunch of different tools and stressing every quarter about what you owe, you actually have a system built for self-employed people. One thing I really like is that Lettuce helps you understand what money is actually safe to spend versus what should be set aside for taxes. Honestly, it just makes running your business feel way less overwhelming. If you're self-employed, there's a good chance you could be saving more money and spending a lot less time managing your back office. See for yourself at lettuce.co today. That's lettuce.co.
My dear friends, I want you to know something deep in your heart today. No matter where you are in life, no matter how lost or confused you might feel, God has a plan for you. You might be facing challenges that seem impossible to overcome. You might be looking around and seeing nothing but obstacles. But I'm here to tell you, with all the love and sincerity in my heart, that God will show you the way to your victory. You see, life can sometimes feel like a maze. We find ourselves wandering through paths that lead to dead ends, wondering if we'll ever find our way out. It's easy to get discouraged, to feel like giving up. But I want you to understand this truth. God knows the way out. He knows the path that will lead you to your victory. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at a crossroads. You have several paths in front of you, and you're not sure which one to take. You've tried different routes before, but they haven't led you to where you want to go. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're frustrated. And maybe you're even afraid. But here's the good news, my friends. God is standing right there with you. He's not just watching you struggle. He's ready to guide you. He's ready to take you by the hand and lead you to your victory. God's guidance isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's a gentle whisper in your heart. Sometimes it's a feeling of peace that washes over you when you're making a decision. Other times, it might be a sudden idea or a new opportunity that seems to come out of nowhere. These are the ways God shows us the path to our victory. But let's be honest, it's not always easy to trust this guidance. We're human, and sometimes we doubt. We wonder if we're really hearing God's voice, or if we're just making things up in our heads. We worry that we might take the wrong path and end up worse off than before. But I want you to know that God understands these doubts and fears. He doesn't expect us to be perfect. He just asks us to trust Him, even when we can't see the whole picture. Think about the times in your life when things didn't make sense, but somehow they worked out in the end. Think about the moments when you were sure you were lost, but then, out of nowhere, a door opened. That wasn't luck, my friends. That was God showing you the way. And just like He's done before, He'll do it again. He'll lead you to your victory, step by step. But there's something important we need to remember. Sometimes the path to victory doesn't look the way we expect it to. We might have our own ideas about how things should go, but God's ways are higher than ours. His perspective is greater than ours. We might want to take the quickest and easiest route, but God might lead us down a path that takes a little longer, that requires a little more faith. Why? Because He's not just interested in getting us to the finish line. He's also interested in who we become along the way. Every step we take on God's path is an opportunity to grow, to strengthen our faith, to learn to trust Him more deeply. It's on this journey that we discover the strength we never knew we had. It's on this journey that we find out just how faithful God really is. And when we finally reach our victory, it's not just about the destination. It's about the transformation that took place along the way. So, my dear friends, as you stand at your crossroads today, I want you to take a deep breath and release all that fear, all that worry, all that doubt. God is with you. He sees the victory ahead, even if you can't, and He's ready to guide you there, one step at a time. In this moment, let your heart be open to His guidance. Listen for that gentle whisper, that sense of peace, that nudge in your spirit. It might not make sense right now, but trust that God is leading you on the right path. And as you walk this path, know that you are not alone. God is with you, and He is faithful. He will not let you down. Your victory is coming, and it's going to be greater than anything you could have ever imagined. Now, I want to remind you that the path to victory is not always a straight line. It's not always easy or clear. Sometimes it feels like we're taking one step.
This episode is brought to you by Glorify, the #1 Christian daily devotional app. Everything around us changes. God doesn't. That's why I love Glorify's 21-day challenge. It helps me build a simple habit of meeting with God every day. No pressure, just consistency. With Glorify, you can start your morning by reading the Bible passage of the day, diving into Glorify's daily devotional, and wrapping up with an immersive experience called Daily Walk with God. And if you need to take a few minutes to yourself in the middle of a busy day, try one of Glorify's guided meditations, or listen to their curated worship playlists for some quiet reflection. To end the day, enjoy Glorify's sleep meditations to help you wind down and put your mind and heart at ease. Whether you're a committed Christian or simply curious about faith, Glorify has something for you. Join over 20 million people who have downloaded the Glorify app and deepened their relationship with God. Listeners to the show can get full access to Glorify for just $29.99 for the entire year. That's Glorify's lowest price ever when you download the Glorify app now at glorify-app.com/redcircle. Feel closer to God this year with Glorify. Get full access all year for just $29.99 at glorify-app.com/redcircle. That's glorify-app.com/redcircle.
A warning from Jase Medical. Even if the war stops, the real shortages won't. Because of how slow ships move for most of this war, the U.S. was still receiving oil that set sail months ago. But other parts of the world are already feeling it. Asia, Europe, Africa. That's why prices are rising now, because demand is increasing as supply tightens. But the U.S. is just beginning to experience the real shortage, and even if things stabilize, the ripple effects will last for much, much longer. Oil doesn't just power your car, it powers the systems that make and deliver your medications, and when supply slows, access becomes less predictable. The difference between panic and peace is preparedness with Jase. The Jase case is a doctor-prescribed emergency supply of essential medications and prescription antibiotics delivered right to your door so you're already ready when you need it. Get your Jase case today at jase.com.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year,
I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Forward and 2 steps back, we might face setbacks, delays, and obstacles that make us question if we're really on the right path. But I want you to hold on to this truth. Even when the road gets rough, God is still guiding you. You see, my friends, God never promised that the journey would be without challenges. He never said that we wouldn't face difficulties along the way. But what he did promise is that he would be with us through it all. He promised to never leave us, to never abandon us, and to always make a way, even when it seems like there is no way. So, when you find yourself in those tough moments, when you feel like you're stuck or like you've hit a dead end, I want you to remember that God is still working. He's still moving things around behind the scenes. He's still orchestrating your victory, even if you can't see it yet. Your job is to keep trusting him, to keep following him, even when the path doesn't make sense. Now, I know that can be hard. It's hard to keep going when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're feeling beaten down by life. It's hard to trust when you don't have all the answers, when you don't know how things are going to turn out. But this is where faith comes in. Faith is believing that God is good, that he is faithful, that he loves you, even when you can't see the full picture. Faith is what keeps you moving forward, step by step, even when the way ahead is unclear. Faith is what gives you the strength to keep going, even when you feel like giving up. And faith is what will carry you all the way to your victory. But let's be real for a moment. There are times when our faith feels weak. There are times when we're tempted to give up, to turn back, to take the easy way out. And in those moments, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's okay to acknowledge your doubts, your fears, your frustrations. But don't let them keep you from moving forward. Don't let them stop you from trusting that God is still leading you. Remember, God understands our weaknesses. He knows that we're not perfect, and he's not asking us to have perfect faith. He's just asking us to have faith, even if it's as small as a mustard seed. Even the smallest amount of faith can move mountains. Even the tiniest bit of trust in God can lead you to your victory. So, when you're feeling weak, when you're feeling like you can't go on, I want you to turn to God. Talk to him. Tell him how you're feeling. Ask him for strength, for guidance, for reassurance, and then listen. Listen for that still, small voice that reminds you that you're not alone, that you're on the right path, that victory is still ahead. And don't forget, my friends, that you don't have to do this alone. We're all on this journey together. We're all walking our own paths, facing our own challenges, but we're also here to support each other. So, reach out to those around you. Lean on your brothers and sisters in faith. Encourage each other, pray for each other, and remind each other of God's promises. Because sometimes, when our own faith feels weak, we need others to remind us of the truth. We need others to lift us up, to speak words of life and hope into our hearts. And that's what we're here for. We're here to walk this journey together, to help each other along the way, to make sure that none of us falls by the wayside. So, as you continue on this path, keep your eyes fixed on God. Keep your heart open to His guidance. And when the road gets tough, remember that you're not alone. And let me tell you, my friends, that victory is going to be worth every step, every struggle, every tear. When you finally stand at the top of that mountain, when you look back and see how far you've come, you'll know that it was all worth it. My friends, I know that sometimes it feels like you're wandering in the dark, searching for a light to guide you. But let me reassure you, God is that light, and He is always there to illuminate your path, even when things seem uncertain. First and foremost, God often speaks to us through our hearts. You might feel a gentle nudge, a stirring in your spirit, or a deep sense of peace about a particular decision or direction. This is God's way of guiding you from within. He plants thoughts and feelings in your heart to show you the right path. You may find yourself drawn toward a particular choice, or you might feel uneasy about another. These feelings aren't random. They are God's way of leading you. When you take time to quiet your mind and listen to what your heart is telling you, you may find the answers you've been seeking. God also shows you the path through the circumstances of your life. Sometimes doors close, and other times new opportunities open up unexpectedly. These changes aren't just coincidences. They are God's way of directing your steps. When something doesn't go as planned, instead of seeing it as a setback, consider that it might be God's way of redirecting you. When an opportunity arises out of the blue, don't dismiss it too quickly. This could be the new path God is showing you. Even when things seem to be going wrong, remember that God can use every situation to guide you closer to your victory. He sees the bigger picture, and He knows exactly what you need, even if it's not what you expected. One of the most reassuring signs that you're on the right path is the sense of peace that comes with it. When you're following God's guidance, even if the path is challenging, there's a deep, unshakable peace within you. It's a calmness that reassures you that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. This peace doesn't mean that everything will be easy, or that you won't face obstacles. But it does mean that you'll have a sense of assurance that God is with you and that you're moving in the right direction. Whenever you feel this peace, hold on to it. Let it be your anchor as you continue on your journey. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, God shows you the path through prayer. When you take time to pray, you're opening your heart to God's voice. Prayer isn't just about asking for things. It's about building a relationship with God where you can pour out your heart and listen for His guidance. As you pray, be open to what God might be saying to you. Sometimes, the answers come immediately, and other times, they unfold over time. But I promise you, God hears every word, and He responds in the way that's best for you. When you're uncertain about which way to go, bring your concerns to God in prayer. Ask Him to show you the path clearly. Ask Him to give you the wisdom and courage to follow it, and then trust that He will answer you. Whether it's through a quiet whisper in your spirit, a new opportunity, or the advice of a trusted friend. So, keep your heart open to His voice. Pay attention to the signs He places in your life. Trust the peace that comes from following Him, and most importantly, stay close to Him in prayer. As you do these things, you'll find that God is indeed showing you the way to your victory, and that victory is closer than you think. Want to talk about embracing the process of guidance? This is a crucial part of our journey because it helps us understand not just where we're going, but how to handle the journey itself. One of the most important things to remember is that God uses the journey to teach us and shape us. Each step you take, each challenge you face, is not just a step toward victory, but also a chance to grow. God often uses our struggles to build our character, deepen our faith, and prepare us for the victory that's ahead. Embrace these lessons as part of God's plan. They are shaping you into the person you need to be to fully experience and appreciate the victory He has in store for you. As God guides you, you might find that the path you expected isn't the path you end up on. Be open to new directions and possibilities. God might lead you in ways you didn't anticipate, and that's okay. His ways are higher than ours, and He knows what's best for us. When you find yourself on an unexpected path, don't be discouraged. Instead, embrace it with faith. God might be opening a new door that you didn't see before, leading you to opportunities that you hadn't considered. Trust that even if the path changes, it's still leading you toward the victory He has planned for you. Guidance from God doesn't mean that you'll always get things right on the first try. It's okay to make mistakes and to experience setbacks. What's important is that you don't give up. Be patient with yourself and trust that God is working through you, even when things aren't perfect. Allow yourself the grace to grow and learn. God understands your journey and your heart. He knows that you're trying your best and that you're seeking to follow His guidance, even in your imperfections. God's grace is sufficient. Keep moving forward with the assurance that He is with you every step of the way. As you navigate your path, continue seeking God's wisdom. This means regularly turning to Him in prayer, reading His Word, and listening to His guidance. Surround yourself with people who can offer wise counsel and support. These practices help keep you aligned with God's plan and ensure that you're moving in the right direction. Seek out moments of reflection and ask God for clarity and direction. Be attentive to His answers, which may come through various means, whether through a sudden insight, the advice of a trusted friend, or the circumstances of your life. As you make progress on your journey, don't forget to celebrate the small victories along the way. Each step forward, each challenge overcome, is a sign of progress and a testament to God's faithfulness. Acknowledge these moments and give thanks for them. Celebrating these small victories keeps your spirits high and reminds you that you are moving in the right direction. Recognize that every little win is part of the bigger picture of your journey to victory. These moments of celebration reinforce your faith and encourage you to keep moving forward. Finally, hold on to hope. Hope is the anchor that keeps us steady when the journey gets tough. Even when you can't see the outcome, even when the path seems unclear, hope keeps your heart focused on the promise of victory. Hope is the belief that, despite the challenges, God's plan is good and that He will bring you to a place of triumph. Let this hope fuel your journey, and let it remind you that your victory is not just a distant dream, but a promise that God is making real. My friends, I want to remind you of the power that lies in God's promises. When we talk about God showing us the path to victory, it's important to remember that His Word is a source of unshakable strength and encouragement. The Bible, filled with His promises, is like a map that helps us navigate the twists and turns of life. Though we are not diving into Bible stories, we can draw upon these promises to uplift our spirits and keep us focused on the victory that lies ahead. I want to share 4 uplifting verses with you that can serve as anchors of hope and encouragement as you walk this path. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. This verse reminds us that God's plans for us are good. Even when we don't understand the path we're on, we can trust that God is leading us toward a future filled with hope. His plans are meant to prosper us, to give us a future that is bright and filled with His blessings. When you feel uncertain or lost, hold on to this promise. God knows exactly where He is, leading you, and it is toward a place of victory. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. In times of doubt or fear, this verse is a powerful reminder that you are never alone. God is with you every step of the way. He promises to strengthen you, to help you, and to hold you up with His righteous hand. No matter how difficult the journey may seem, you can rely on God's presence to carry you through. When the path feels steep or overwhelming, remember that God is right there beside you, guiding you with His strength. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. This verse encourages us to trust in God's wisdom and guidance, rather than relying solely on our own understanding. When you trust in God and submit your ways to Him, He promises to direct your paths. This means that even when the way forward is unclear or confusing, God is actively working to lead you in the right direction. Trust in Him, and He will guide you on the straight path toward your victory. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This verse is a powerful declaration of the strength that comes from Christ. No matter what challenges you face on your journey, know that you have the strength to overcome them through Christ. His power is at work in you, giving you the ability to do all things and to keep moving forward, even when the road is tough. When you feel weary or discouraged, remember that Christ's strength is your strength, and with Him, there is nothing you cannot overcome. As you continue on your path toward victory, let these verses be your source of strength and encouragement. They remind us that God's plans are good, that His presence is always with us, that His guidance is trustworthy, and that His strength empowers us to overcome any obstacle. Whenever you feel uncertain or overwhelmed, return to these promises. Let them fill your heart with hope and your spirit with determination. God's word is a light that shines on your path, showing you the way to victory. Keep your eyes on these promises and trust that God is leading you exactly where you need to go. Now, let us conclude this message with prayer. Heavenly Father, You are the God who guides us, the one who knows every step of our journey, and I thank You for the path You have set before me. Lord, I seek Your divine guidance in every aspect of my life. Show me the way to the victory You have promised. When I am uncertain, light my path. When I feel lost, remind me that You are always with me, leading me to a future filled with hope and purpose. Father, I lift up my need for restoration. There are areas of my life where I have experienced loss, disappointment, or brokenness. I ask that You restore what has been lost, whether it's relationships, opportunities, or time. I trust that You can make all things new, bring healing to the wounds of my past, and replace them with Your peace and joy. Let Your restoration power flow through my life, bringing renewal and revival to every area. Lord, I also pray for financial blessings. You know the needs I have, and I place them in your hands. Open doors of opportunity, provide for my every need, and bless me so that I may be a blessing to others. Teach me to be wise with the resources you have given me, and help me to trust in your provision. I believe that you are my provider, and that you will supply all my needs according to your riches and glory. I bring before you my need for healing. Whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, I ask for your healing touch in my life. You are the great healer, and I trust in your power to restore health and wholeness, ease any pain, comfort any sorrow, and bring peace to my mind and body. Let your healing power flow through me, renewing my strength and giving me the energy and vitality I need to fulfill your purposes. Finally, Father, I pray for your protection. Surround me with your divine shield, guarding me from all harm and danger. Protect my heart and mind from fear and anxiety, and fill me with your peace that surpasses all understanding. Keep me safe from any plans of the enemy, and cover me with your wings of love and safety. I trust in your protection and believe that you will keep me secure in your care. Lord, I thank you for hearing my prayer. I trust in your goodness and your faithfulness. Guide me, restore me, bless me, heal me, and protect me according to your perfect will. I place my life in your hands, knowing that you are working all things together for my good. I give you all the praise and glory, now and forever. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.